Good evening, everybody. It's past midnight, around 12:30 in the morning. This is Tokyo. This is the Sumida River. It is eerily quiet in a major city at this time of night on the main river that goes through here. It's just incredible to me how small Tokyo seems, despite the fact that it's one of the largest cities in the world. Right now, believe it or not, there's a typhoon that is on the way. And I'm going to show you how close it is. And this is an odd one. I haven't really looked too much at it, but I realized throughout most of today we had rain, so I couldn't go outside and do a lot of much of anything. It was just like amazing black clouds, and even now the clouds look kind of mysterious. But it says here, and this is from today, a typhoon is heading to western. Well, thank you, Be Like Local. Wake up, everybody. I am live. It's very true. Thank you. A typhoon is heading towards western Japan and could make landfall. Thursday, warning of heavy rain, mudslides, and flooding. Typhoons that come in here, they cause lots of issues. More than just the wind and the rain, they leave a trail of devastation, including mudslides, rivers that increase as a result. Those that are camped out near the riverside, not a good time. You got to look at the weather reports. Things like this you really have to be careful about. But according to this, it's going to dump about 100 millimeters of rain on Tokyo over the next 24 hours, starting in about 30 minutes. And I've been tracking this typhoon here. Hold on a second. You can see it's really making its way towards Tokyo. It's like a black a yellow stampede right there. Look at that. Going towards 1 in the morning, and it should hit Tokyo close to 1 o'clock in the morning. Right now it's over Osaka, it's over Kyoto, and this typhoon is probably bringing some rain, some wind. I don't know how strong it is right now, but it's certainly dropping a lot of rain in this part of Japan. You can see on the weather map here, it looks pretty big. It shows you how small Japan really is, but I've traveled around the country, and Japan seems really big to me. So it's just fascinating to see this typhoon. It should move here. There you go. This typhoon take over the entire country. You can see here's the weather that's going to be, the rain that's going to be dropped in here. It says 200 millimeters, which is about 8 inches of rain that's going to be falling over the next 24 hours. Kyushu and Shikoku seem to be getting 300, which is about a foot of rain. That's a lot of rain. And it's going to be rainy for the next 24 hours all over Japan. So if you're going to be here, tomorrow's an interesting day. Tomorrow's going to be an interesting day. Here's the path of the typhoon. This is typhoon number 15. I don't even know what it's called. In Japan, we number them, which I prefer over the giving every storm a name system. But you can see on the 4th, it made land in Shikoku and Kyushu on the coast of Miyazaki and Oita. And it's just going across, the eye of the storm went right across Shikoku. So they got nailed this morning. And it's been slowly progressing. Once it hits land, it kind of breaks apart here. So it's just raking the west side, the southwest side of Japan, and it's starting to come up towards Tokyo. It looks like it's not going to hit Tokyo directly. Maybe that's why there's not a lot of wind, and then it's going to go right back out to sea, because it took one look at the land and said, yeah, I don't think so. And that's the typhoon. You really can't predict its course, but if you look up, you can see the clouds up in the sky are moving fairly fast. And you can see the Tokyo Sky Tree in the distance here. So I can pull that up here. The Sky Tree turns off its lights around midnight. I think it's around midnight. It goes dark mode. It's like Kit from Knight Rider. It's just crazy how eerily quiet it is. And yet, in the world's most populated city, I feel extraordinarily safe. Maybe that's wrong of me. There's police station just over there though. Yeah, these typhoons come and go quite a lot. I'm gonna look at the questions here in a second, because there's one more piece of information I gotta show you guys. What app do you use? I usually use the Ventuski for live tracking weather. I'll check that out. I use Yahoo Weather. Tenki, actually Tenki is the word Tenki. If you're looking at Roman letters, Tenki is the word for weather in Japanese. So I go Tenki Yahoo. And the Yahoo weather site is actually pretty good. It's got earthquakes, it's got weather data, rainfall, radar, snow, everything right there. I'd say millions of Japanese use Yahoo Tenki for like ever. And Yahoo is still a thing in Japan, believe it or not. I'm gonna check out that app though. I'm gonna check out that app. This is the quiet before the storm. I don't know if you can hear it. There's like a million crickets down there under the bridge. And even if you go under the bridge, you won't find any homeless. It's just quiet. I could take you under the bridge. Here's the best news of them all. Summer seems like it's officially over. Now, it could rear its head and start to burn a hole through everything again. But if you look at these low temperatures, we're getting back into the lower 20s by the end of next week. And the weather is calming down into 27, 26 degrees Celsius, which is like low 80s, upper 70s. Amen to that. Thank you. It has been a hot one, the hottest summer on record. It looks like it's officially over. It's gonna be like 33 on Monday, but I think the humidity, the thing that I've always learned about, I like coming out at night because you always see these weird street trucks. This is why the streets of Tokyo are so clean. Not just because people don't litter, but because the city runs so well, they have these trucks that just wash the streets every day. It's not clean enough to eat off of though, but it looks like the weather's gonna be hot on Monday and then it just gets away. Now, it gets back down into cooler weather with maybe some more rain coming in here. But the thing with the typhoons is at the end of, in the beginning of September, they're gonna be rolling in here, and each time they get rid of all of the humidity, all of the nasty stuff that's been just what's the word? Fermenting in the air, because you can't even breathe sometimes, it's so humid and the heat is oppressive. Typhoon gets rid of all of that. So really the typhoon, like this one, can be a really good friend. It's not, I hope everybody's okay in Shikoku and Kyushu down there and Osaka, but it's just gonna, it's like right there, not that far in that direction, and we have very calm wind, which is just odd. But we had rain this morning. We had rain for most of today, and tomorrow's gonna be all rain, a lot of rain tomorrow. So I don't know if I'm gonna have the chance to do a live stream in the middle of the middle of the day tomorrow. So I'm like, okay, I gotta go outside. I've been working pretty hard. It's nice to reset, come outside, get some fresh air, and I kind of enjoy this. Midnight Tokyo. I would get a snack, but I'm not hungry. I totally would. And I miss the rain too. Dogs save lives, Saya. I totally miss the rain. Oh, here's another one of these trucks. It's gonna go right by me. They're working hard. Keep our streets clean. Thank you. Thank you for what you do. Yeah, I miss the rain. We haven't had enough of it in Japan, and we've had something of a drought if you compare the rainfall. But these typhoons, the savior for Japan in many ways are these typhoons, because it's gonna dump an extraordinary amount of rain in a very short period of time. It says 100 centimeters, another report says 200 centimeters, so something between 4 to 8 inches of rain is gonna be dumped tomorrow onto Tokyo. So if the wind's just starting to pick up a little bit, so I'm gonna head back. But if you are in Tokyo, sometimes make sure you have a raincoat, because sometimes these umbrellas, they can't compete with the wind. They just can't do it. But there's no doubt that this, ladies and gentlemen, is the quiet before the storm. It really is. This is the quiet before the storm. Tokyo. You know what's coming. Main lens is so much better. I just imagine what the live streams are going to be like in a couple of weeks with the new iPhone after 3 years of using this 14. It's going to be a lot better. I'm looking forward to that. No one around in Tokyo, and let's keep it that way. Please don't come and find me. I'm going to go home. Typhoons usually bring cooler weather. Rain, wind, hits the skin, cools you off, but you don't want to be outside in a typhoon. And again, like the typhoon's not like an earthquake. You can predict the strength of the typhoon, but it's not something you want to be outside, especially, you know, if you're in a powerful one, a category 5 or 4. This one could be a tropical depression. It looks like it hit land earlier yesterday. So probably by this stage, it's broken apart and it's going, hey, I don't want to be on land. I want to be at sea where I can be fueled. And it's going to, according to the weather people, curve away from Tokyo tomorrow. So it's going to hit tomorrow around, it says here the 5th. I think today is the 5th, no? Or say the 4th, I don't even know. So it's going to be off of it's going to be impacting Japan tomorrow around now. The wind's already picking up a little bit. And by tomorrow night, it'll be out of here. It looks like it's slowed down. It'll hit the tip of Chiba, Tateyama, and go out to sea like John Manjiro. That's sort of the way he went, too. Do you guys know the story of John Manjiro? I got a video on it on my main channel, youtube.com/@MarkOnlyInJapan. It is one of the greatest episodes that I spent 2 years making this episode, and it got 30,000 views or something. It's ridiculous. I did it for the love of Japan. Actually, for the love of Manjiro. Once you hear this story, and I want to show you the cleaning of the streets here. Once you hear the story of Manjiro, you become like a Manjiro fan. There's so many people who become fans of John Manjiro after they've heard the story. This is the machinery in the city of Tokyo cleaning the streets. Not a lot of you get to see this. How you doing? I waved to him. Did he wave? It doesn't make a lot of sense to be cleaning the streets right before a typhoon comes, but maybe those wheels will get the gum off, but no one litters, so it's not really a problem. It doesn't make a lot of sense though with a typhoon coming in to drop a lot of rain to, be out here cleaning the streets, but hey, clockwork. Japan works like clocks. It just keeps moving. Big city. Yeah, so tomorrow's going to be a tough day, but it usually gets rid of everything. So I'm saying tomorrow is Friday. So on Saturday, if you are in Japan, the great thing about typhoons going through and leaving is that it cleans out the sky. In summer, you cannot see Mount Fuji from Tokyo because there's just too much haze and humidity in the air between you and Mount Fuji. But tomorrow, after the typhoon, there's a very good chance going up to the top of Skytree, you're going to get a nice view or a view of Tokyo Tower, of Mount Fuji, which is always a good thing. You can get it from the top of Shinjuku, has a really good free platform to take a look at the observation deck there. So I used to do that all the time. I got to get back into it. Running in the middle of the night or running at 5 in the morning. Let they get another truck. He's doing the other side now? He's come back for more. They really love clean streets here in Japan. Seriously. That's why I love Tokyo. 2 syllables. Tokyo. Not Tokyo. Tokyo. People criticize the way I say Asakusa. And I say, all right, pronounce Tokyo. And they can't do that. He saw me. They know me. They know me. I know that there's another truck. I know that the almost all the trash collectors here, because I always go outside to say hi to them, And during the pandemic, we used to take a marker on the trash, and we would write arigato on all of the trash bags. And a lot of the neighbors started doing that too. And I saw it on social media. People in Japan were thanking the garbage collectors because of all the tissues and the higher risk of getting it. Back then, we didn't know very much about what was happening. Nowadays, you know, it's like an old story. But yeah, they were giving everybody, they were keeping their job going despite everybody being stuck at home. We really appreciated what the garbage collectors did. So I got a chance to meet and know many of the garbage collectors and the recycle people. So these are good, cool people. They know, you know, the people who pick up our trash and take care of our recycle probably know more about us than we think. It just makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? It does. There's more city trucks coming in. They are so busy in the middle of the night, the city of Tokyo. Maybe they're preparing for the typhoon coming in. I don't know. It's about 1 a.m. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a live stream tomorrow. And if I don't do a live stream at least once every 3 days, people think I might not be around anymore. So I got to keep you updated. There's a lot of stuff happening. But right now it's this typhoon, and it is something of a weather story. And weather stories impact the way you travel in Japan. And I've been telling you this for the last couple of few months as we were shrugging off this earthquake prophecy. That never happened. Fingers crossed. Knock on wood. Metal. There's a bush over there. I'll knock on that later. Typhoons are something that you really need to consider anytime between I would say like the end of June till the beginning of October. And I tell people to make sure you leave maybe a day early, which isn't great for the economy, but leave a day early, or give yourself an extra day in case your flight is canceled and you can't leave right away. You got to take a later flight. So make sure you put a little cushioning between you and the day you got to start work, or else you might be stuck here. For many people, you can work remotely, but it's a good thing to keep in mind. But I'd say the stronger typhoons are usually August and September because the waters are so hot. I'd say about 3 weeks ago, and this is fascinating, Maxi PCX, Only in Japan Go, have you talked about the Australian Instagrammer streamer drinking a Graves beer tribute? I can talk about that if you want. I don't think I'm going to make a special episode about it, but it's creepy enough out here that I could talk about it. It's a creepy thing to do. The water was kind of red from the plankton dying, and there were fish jumping like crazy, and a lot of them ended up dead when the tide went out. There were a lot of dead fish. Just the water was too warm, but it's starting to cool off. And I showed you the weather forecast. And look, I really feel for the fish. Okay, I know that, you know, when you imagine the air is hot and the water is hot, they feel it probably worse than we do. So the water is really going to start to cool down as we have cloudier days, more rain coming. So it's good for the fish. And you know, I would like to think I'm champion the fish community under the water as a scuba diver. Love my marine life. So now I shall do what you asked me to do because of the super chat. Thank you very much. Yeah, you know, I saw that, and I saw Legal Mindset, who I love that he covers like a YouTube, I don't know, streamer crimes or influencer crimes. I love that he covers this. It's something that I've been doing because of the bad behavior of people coming here to Japan, and he does such a wonderful job of it. So much respect, so much to put his legal knowledge and legal brain into the minds of the criminals to try to explain, and the legal system to explain to us who have no idea what's happening in more detail. And it really does help me, so I appreciate it. But he was one of the people who, if not the first person that broke that story, and I saw it, and I was like, wow, that's not good. I think he did it in Kawaguchiko, Lake Kawaguchi, which absolutely does not need more bad tourists. Why do all the bad tourists go to where that Lawson's brown wall is now? It's a brown colored wall. But I saw that he just I haven't heard anything more about this story over the last 3 days, but I do think it looks like somebody who has some mental issues. Makes me think that perhaps Japan should give a very subtle IQ test on entry to people, mostly males. I don't see too many bad female streamers. I just put that out. How come the female streamers are a lot better than the male streamers? I don't know if that's right to say, but it just seems that way. When I got my driver's license, okay, I had to take like an idiot test, all right? They asked these, like, I think it was 25 questions. They asked these 25 questions about like crazy things, like should you turn into oncoming traffic? No. If you see people crossing the road, do you crash into them? No. Like, they asked these questions just to kind of weed out like the really seriously mental people that might be on the roads. Maybe that's a smart thing to do. And I couldn't read some of the questions. It was entirely in Japanese. They didn't have any in English. And I said, I can read maybe these. I can't read these other ones, and I'm afraid to make a mistake with that. So he just took the test. He looked at me, he goes, you're, like, he didn't say anything, but he gave me the look. He's like, your concern on missing the question is enough for you to pass this retard test. And that's what his looking at me kind of said to me, and he took the test, and he said, daijoubu desu. And I went and sat down, and the rest of the people finished their 25 questions on if you were an idiot or not. Japan has these kinds of tests to see if, you should be on the road. And maybe that's why we have pretty good drivers, because we get rid of, I guess the police weed out people that would swerve into oncoming traffic, and they want to, So this is serious stuff. I'm not joking. Grab yourself something to drink on me from Raglansk from Singapore. I know this isn't exactly midnight run. I know. I'll try to bring back the midnight run in October, okay? I'm gonna do a midnight snack run. But this isn't one of them, but I really appreciate that. In fact, if the typhoon comes in, it's not too bad. I might go outside and do a little rain live streaming. I've been wanting to do a walking stream. It's a lot more positive than some of the other stuff that we've been talking about. It sometimes can get a little bit too political, even though it's not a political thing. It is everything that's on the fringe can become political. So I try my best not to. I try my best not to get into there. I try. It's hard. It's hard. Sir Shroom is here. Good luck, John. Please stay safe along with your family. Thank you very much. I don't think this is going to be too much of a problem. I'm out here because probably I'm not going to be able to stream tomorrow if it's going to be raining all day. So it makes a lot of sense to report on a typhoon that probably is not going to hit too hard. How could it? Like literally, it looks like the typhoon is right there. That's Tokyo. See that armpit? That's Tokyo in the armpit of Tokyo Bay right there. Tokyo is where you would tickle. And look at the marching line going towards 1 o'clock, which is right now. So it's imminent. The yellow rain is imminent, and there's hardly any rain. It looks like typhoon number 15 is what we're calling it. Does look pretty big, but it also seems like it's broken apart, and I'm not too worried it's going to go out to sea. It's just going to kind of tickle the armpit there, you see, and go out back to sea towards Hawaii. So Brandy, this is coming your way. Michael, Sasano, probably those guys are in bed. Probably in bed. Yeah, going back to this weird streamer, Satrio's not in bed. I see Satrio's here. Nice to see you. Going back to the streamer, I haven't heard from him in a few days. I think that the police are looking for him. But there is a bigger issue with this, and and I think that Legal Mindset might have the same opinion on this, maybe. But I think that the Japanese authorities, after all that investigation and all that time not arresting him and letting Johnny Somali go loose and do all the stuff that he did, And then I think he had like 3 months in holding where they were questioned, which is not a pleasant thing either. And then to just release him with like an $800 fine or something was way too lenient. Way too lenient. And it just signals like, go ahead, crap on this country, and we're not gonna do much of anything. We're just gonna hold you for 3 weeks and give you an $800 fine. I really hope that Korea throws the book at this guy, and I hope that this guy is arrested and deported, but held and maybe questioned for a while. Illuminads is here. Best wishes to you and your family. Stay safe from Switzerland. We are looking at flights to Switzerland to go to the Christmas markets. It's not guaranteed yet. I'm looking at like around the world tickets to stop in Zurich and go spend a few days at the Christmas markets. I haven't done Christmas markets in Switzerland yet, so we thought maybe that'd be a good idea before the world gets kind of funky and AI takes over. There's nothing better than the Christmas markets in Switzerland, Germany, Austria, Holland, I guess. Czech Republic had really good ones. I'm sure Poland, Krakow, I can imagine, could be just amazing. The Christmas markets, especially in the East, they're so good. Probably Italy, France probably has some good ones. I don't know about Spain. No snow there, right? I think that culture might start to change a little bit just because, you know, we're getting too digital. There's something really nice about the Christmas time in Europe, and it's just really beautiful, special. The foods are good. Even if it's just 3 days, it's really, really nice. You know what it was, though, that got me onto the Christmas markets? It was James Bond on Her Majesty's Secret Service, and seeing the Swiss Christmas markets, even though that was a small one, you know, with the chase scenes to the Christmas market and stuff. It's like, man, that's just so beautiful. The music, riding in a sleigh. This is like old world stuff. It's like Christmas that, you know, the night before Christmas, they should have pictures of not the 21st century, but like of the 19th century. So I think that's the image of Christmas that I have, and you still get that kind of image in those parts of Europe. So I really do like to go. And here's the weird thing. The around the world tickets are not that expensive. It's only a little bit more than a round trip ticket from Tokyo to New York and back. To go around the world on Swiss Air is almost the same price, which is crazy. So, like, why wouldn't you do it? You can go onto Google Flights, pick multi-city, and it'll put together a pretty good around the world ticket. And I used to use AirTrex, but I think that they have AirTrex is based in San Francisco, but I think they just have staffing problems because AI and Google can do it all without having a travel agent. But I do like having travel agents because it helps people. But that job is like definitely gonna be one of those ones that AI just axes. Max PCX writes in here, I moved to Japan with my wife back in June. Oh, welcome neighbor. I am trying my best to learn the language and integrate properly. Streamers making us look bad. Maxi, yeah, you know, that's the whole thing. If you live in Japan, you get looped in with these bad streamers. There's not a lot that we can do about it. It's just, look, I've been here for a long time. There's this game, when I say 27 years, you're supposed to take a drink. I'm just gonna say a long time. More than half my life now. And I get it, wherever I go, people will assume I don't speak Japanese, and it is a little bit annoying. It's a little bit annoying. Now, about 7 or 8 years ago, before the tourist boom, I probably speak the same level of Japanese, to be honest with you. I was able to, people didn't feel like I was a tourist back then. Because I didn't have suitcases, I didn't really dress like a tourist, I could speak the language. I was a foreign resident in Japan. They knew they could size me up, right? I didn't use big hand gestures, I wasn't loud, didn't wear perfume. That's one of the big complaints. Foreign tourists who come here wear so much perfume, depending on what part of the world you are. nobody likes perfume here, like cologne and scents and deodorants, like Axe spray and all over your body and stuff. It's just the worst thing here. It ruins everybody's nose, and you can't smell the food anymore because you got some dude spray in your face, right? So, like, I didn't have that. I smelled like soap or neutral, which is the best smell, because you can smell everything else around you, which is somebody wearing cologne. But it wasn't me. So now, everywhere I go, they just assume I'm a tourist. And it's okay for a little bit, but it's not. If you eat in tourist areas for an extended period of time, it's exhausting. That's why I like to, as I was telling you, I like to get to know the people in my community, because then they know you're not a tourist. So I know that all the recycle guys, our trash collectors, thank you for your service. I love those guys. There's a lady who does it every now and then. The police officers, I get to know them. The ones that are on patrol, I do the nod, wave. Sometimes I just go in there. When I reported my iPhone stolen about 4 years ago, I got a chance to meet most of them. Like, I got a chance to go to all the police boxes in Chuo. It was really funny, but they get to know me and I get to know them, and I ask them their names and conversation. Do you live here? Do you like living here? You know, how do you know any good schools for kids? I ask the people everything, and they get to know me, and by that, and then they see me. They don't see me as a tourist. So there's a fish or a body. There was a big fish. Hold on a second. There's been like known to be like sharks and whales coming in here. Whatever it was really big. Godzilla? Something just went through there really big. I saw the back of it. It came up. That was a shark? A whale? It wasn't Space Boat, that's closed. That is really kind of creepy. I don't know, I'm just gonna put it out over here for a second. This is the sky tree. So, look, I don't remember what I was talking about. Could be a grouper, I don't know. Groper? Do you mean for me? Or do you mean a fish? Could be anything. Walrus? Yeah, so to get back to all of this and how this started from the super chat, that Australian streamer, he's gotta know what's going on, all right? I thought you said groper, which we get on the trains at this time of night. That's not something, and I've been touched once before. An old lady groped me on the Denentoshi line when I lived in Futako Tamagawa 15 years ago. Thought I saw it, but it could be just a reflection off of the lights. I got groped by an old lady. Guess she thought I had a nice tush. I don't know. But I turned around and she was much smaller than me, and she had a smile on her face. I'll never forget it. It was like that. And she wasn't even blinking, and that was the creepy part about it. And so I politely turned around. I got off at the next station, which I think was Sangenjaya. I got off and I moved to another car. Maybe they're gonna have to start doing like men-only cars, because that creepy old lady, she was there. She reminded me of the Onsen Baba, the Yubaba in Sento Chihiro, Spirited Away, in a way. Just a creepy. She grabbed my tush, gave it a very aggressive squeeze. She certainly is one who can make that onigiri, you know. It's not a pleasant thing, though. You feel violated. It's not something that I want to have again, and that's something that anybody should experience. So that'll happen to you in Japan. And what do you do? This is like 15 years ago, more. 2004? What do you do, call the police? They're not going to believe me, because it doesn't, oh, something jumped. Something jumped. Hey, Walter L. Walters is here. Good evening, John. What's one thing you could never talk about eating when you first moved to Japan, but you now enjoy it? Stay safe, stay dry. Natto. It's the one that all foreign tourists dislike, hate. You shouldn't, but it really is an acquired taste, and once you acquire it, it's pretty good. It's fermented, so it's got something of a smell to it, but it's not unpleasant. You put mustard in it to give it kind of a little tinge to it. It's a smart thing to do, and a little bit of dashi, which gives it some saltiness to it. I love beans. The stickiness of it goes really well with rice. I don't like rice so much. I actually will eat the natto on its own. I used to like this one called hikiwari, which is cut up small natto, but now I like the big bean natto. I eat that regularly, and they say it's a superfood, and that could be why I got 6-inch guns now. You know what I mean? It could be the natto. Or it could be 7 inches now. Been working out a little bit. What else? I couldn't eat. I didn't like sushi because I don't like vinegar so much. I don't like the smell of the vinegar rice. So I didn't like sushi so much, but I guess I'm okay with sushi now. When I first came in '98, it's a good question, you know? Makes you think, like look back on your life. It's like, what was it when I got here? I like tempura. I like, Wagyu steak when I could afford it back then because it was pricey. It's cheaper now than it was back then. It was a real luxury item. What? I don't know. Umeboshi? It's so sour, but maybe it's not that I think it's just because I got older and my palate has changed. I remember sweet stuff, and if you're, I'm still getting used to the fact that I'm 50 years old, okay? In my 50s. It doesn't make sense to me. But my palate has changed. I used to love sweet foods. I used to like drinking beer. I can't drink beer because beer's too sweet. Even the Asahi Super Dry, they say it's dry. It ain't dry. It's got like the sweet taste to it now. So I built up, my palate has changed, or I like sour and bitter. And people have been, I kind of get it. People have been saying that sometimes the streams are a little bit too negative. It could be because older people like sour and bitter foods more. Is there a correlation? And younger kids like sweet foods. Leo can't eat this sour and the sweet stuff, but he's starting to because he's getting older. But I love it. Oh, I saw it. That could have been a groper. Whatever it was big. I don't know, it was here. Whatever it was big and it had a white back to it. All I know is that I don't want to, this is not a time to be going swimming. And it didn't jump, it just went to the top and went back down. I'm not joking. Not groper, grouper. Grouper, okay. Sorry, grouper. It could have been a grouper. But yeah, I don't, I like coffee with no sugar. But I like a little bit of milk. The milk keeps your teeth white. That's what they said. But it makes it taste more chocolatey. So I like bitter and the sour more. I could suck a lemon and it does nothing to me. Nothing. But 20 years ago, if I sucked a lemon, I probably would make a weird face, and maybe yuzu would get me. That's the sourest of them all, I think. It's a good question. I'm gonna think about it. I might have a part 2 to that, but that's a good question for a super chat. It's a deep question. All right, I'm gonna be in tomorrow because of the rain, most likely. But if there is anything to report, or the rain lets off, I'll try to go outside and do some more live streaming. But I'm working on a ton of main channel episodes, so there's going to be a couple of new ones dropped out real soon. They just cleaned the street. How many times do these street cleaners clean the street? Let's just see, just confirm to see if this is a new machine, because they already cleaned this street like 3 times. And there's another truck behind it. Look how clean it is. That's really amazing. That's really amazing. They're cleaning it right before the typhoon as well. So it's gonna be super clean streets. I should do a live stream. Let's see how clean the streets can get. Stay positive. I don't want to be the grumpy old man with the salt gun on mischief night that shoots all the kids with the toilet paper in their hands. Could just be part of their costume. You know, mummy. Used to have a science teacher. He had a rock salt gun, and he would sit on the porch with overalls. I don't even know why he was wearing overalls. This is like, you know, New England. Unless he was wearing a costume. But he seemed to fit the part. And he would shoot the rock salt gun at students who came to try to TP his house. All teachers are the most likely target. We don't have mischief night in Japan. In fact, I don't think you really call it Halloween, what we have here. Keeps your teeth white and your streets clean. TM. NHK just said the storm made landfall on the western prefecture of Kochi. It looks like it's already past Kochi though, right? This was, I guess this is what tomorrow looks like. Yeah, maybe you're right. It does say Gonichi, which is tomorrow. But I was looking at this map here, and this is from midnight to 1. You see that? And there's a line of yellow coming in, so I'm not sure. All I know is that it's supposed to rain soon, but tomorrow it's going to be definitely raining. Thanks for that, Walter. It's nice to see you. All right, guys, I'm going to get back inside. It's like 1 a.m. I know that Leo and Kanai are sleeping. They probably don't even know I'm outside. But it's refreshing, this air. I like it, because I've been in air conditioning more than usual. I'm going to Nagano and Niigata on Sunday and Monday. So you guys are coming with me. I'm going to take you out to the Japanese countryside, to a place that is far away from Tokyo as I can go in an hour. So you'll be out there on the Shin-Etsu Trail, which is where there are some bears. There's some bear hunters. And there's one of the most beautiful hiking trails in Japan. And I'm going to get a chance to scout it for an episode that I'm going to film in the autumn out there. And you're coming with me in a live stream, so definitely hit the subscribe button so that you guys don't miss the Japanese countryside. Maybe I'll take you to Michi no Eki, to a local roadhouse, see what some of the autumn vegetables, maybe get an apple pie. That would be really good. And then we're going up to Akita at the beginning of October, and that's going to be great. Leo, Kanai, and I are going up to Akita. We're going to take you with us on this channel, and we're going to be live streaming as well as me filming. And did you hear that? There. Do you see the ripples? It's too dark for ripples. There's something in there. There. You see the ripple? It's just a reflection. There's something in the water here. Now I know where Godzilla came from. All right, if he does come, I will go live again. I don't care what time it is. I'm gonna keep the phone near me. All right, take care, guys. I gotta go home, but if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll see you again real soon. Oyasumi nasai. Mata ne.